So Sue, we've got a few questions that people want to know about support work. It's about people that they're open to doing something different, they're able to be flexible, they're happy to learn, they're practical, and again, they have good communication. That is really important, isn't it? And I think being able to have good skills of listening and supporting, depending on whatever the person needs on the day that they have. So yeah, people can start out with absolutely no training. If they connect themselves with an agency, and they'll give them the training that they need to get started, and then as they kind of get their feet wet, so to speak, in the field, they can do some different things and go into training if they like. And then there's also the NDIS modules that people that want to work in the field get trained in. So that's one of the requirements. In the same way that there is first aid or CPR type training, you do basics of those. You also do some of the NDIS modules, and those are things like, working with people with disability, how it is that you relate to people, that sort of stuff. So they don't take a lot of time, but there is that aspect of it when you're working in disability that you do. And it just helps people feel more confident as they get out there as well.
And further things could be like a Cert 3 in community services, Cert 3 in individual support, disability, also mental health, manual handling, and some good qualities that come into all those roles that you can carry on to other roles would be just being caring, practical and level-headed. So any skills that you can take into other fields.
What have you found when you've got a support worker with you?
While they're doing studying, that can be worked out as well. So it can be flexible with the online and in-person training. So
fantastic, yeah.
You would need a police background check and like childhood clearance.
You need the NDIS worker check as well. So there's the modules go along a little bit with that, I think, once you've done the worker check, and then you do some of the modules, and then you're cleared to work with people under the NDIS system. And then you just do like first aid, CPR, those kinds of things, but you've got those basics down.
And manual handling, so that you are able to use a lifter with people, and hands-on stuff like practical hands.
People that may have an intellectual disability, they may have a psychosocial need, they may have a neurological disability. So some of the ones that sort of fit into those things are things like, we've got dementia, and then you've also got things like epilepsy. Those can be the neurological types. And then we've also got things like muscular dystrophy, motor neurone disease that are sort of physical.
It could be psychosocial things like autism or schizophrenia, things like that.
Absolutely, yeah. And you've got settings where things happen. So you've got group homes. You might go to someone's home and there might be 2 or 3 other people in that home setting, and you might be supporting them there. You might be supporting them as an individual, in a family home with other siblings and parents and whatnot, in a school, in a place of employment, pretty much anywhere that you can think of, people will go. One of the biggest ones is remuneration. Most people are interested in knowing what it's like at an entry level to be a support worker, and where they can go with that in terms of pay and different roles.
The average wage salary for support worker is $30 to $70 per hour. Entry level support work is likely to be the low end of the salary range. More experience can earn more. Support workers can advance their career by going forward with their qualifications, specialising in either disability, pursuing leadership roles, or becoming a trainer, consultant or a CEO. You can also diversify into IT and a few other areas.
There's actually a lot that you can do, and a lot of progression.
My mum was actually a support worker, so she's been a support worker for about 15 years, and I just seen how rewarding the job was to her, and the friendships that she made along the way and stuff like that.
I get so many different varieties of things that I get to do.
As it's not like any other jobs, I'm not sitting around, we're going around doing things, helping. I also like the attitude of it. Like, I like watching them go into everything with a positive attitude, and it sort of makes me reflect on my life to make sure that I do.
Lots of different activities, and you never know what the day is going to entail, because your client might be doing something totally different one day and totally different the next.
Super chill, we're just going to the park, helping out with household tasks, things like that, accessing the community, and then other weeks it might be going to a doctor's appointment or helping them apply for jobs, things like that. So every week is honestly pretty different.
And I guess really at the end of the day, it's up to you what you do, but every little skill grows and allows you to do something different, and plenty of people love this role, but we do feel like this is one that you might find you really love and you want to stay in it forever. So yeah, just have a go, nothing to lose.